Hello, everybody. It is Thursday, September 16th. Mr. Parrott here with some video instructions for what you missed in class today since you are absent. I figured it's better to visually show you the things instead of just typing to you like you usually do. So, main things, bell ringer, make sure that you do them. Thursday is going to technically be the last day of the week for us because Friday tomorrow is Helpathon. It's Leadership Academy. So that means we have a half day tomorrow. So you're also going to your Leadership Academy classes. So if you are back tomorrow, remember to go to the very first place that you went for that first day of Leadership Academy a couple of weeks ago when we had that kickoff in the morning and then had classes in the afternoon. You're going to that same teacher to report to in the morning. From there, you go about your business. We'll guide you through the rest of the day so you can kind of see how it works since it's officially a real Leadership Academy day to it. First thing, turn in the outline. You've been working on that the last couple of days, in class, maybe out of class, but turn it in. That way I can take a look at it and provide you with any feedback. If you've already turned it in, or maybe I looked and saw that it was done, I might already have feedback there for you. If there's a grade attached, that means I've put some feedback in there. Now, when you see feedback from me, I'll have it in parentheses, what my notes are for anything. If you don't see any parentheses, that means everything's good to go, and I didn't have any real notes for you for that stuff. So, what we're doing today, Thursday, and also Monday and Tuesday, is that we are all those days are going to be devoted to working on our book. So, I'll kind of walk you through how the book should look. I'll show you where there's an example, and then kind of basically how we've been introducing it in classes today. So, first thing, we're going to pop open Schoology here. And this is today's folder. If you're watching this on Monday or Tuesday, these things will be in the Monday-Tuesday folder. They'll just kind of roll into the next week as well, because it's the same instructions on Monday and Tuesday because we're working on the book. So down here, there's an example of how your story should look. These are some of the new things that are there. So here's my thing that I made about Pottervania. You'll first start off with a title slide, so you come up with a title for your book. Obviously, make it by you, since you're creating this thing. Take credit for it. And then any kind of, maybe picture, jazz it up a little bit, what have you. Now you can see you can mess around with the pictures to it. These are just images that I set as the background, so you can do that for things. As long as it's still readable, you still got to make it readable to it. And then here's how the pages will work. You're going to have 14 pages. Each page will have an organelle that is the star of that page. Now, what you're not going to do is basically put what you had on the outline and put it on the page and then add a picture to it. There should be no mention of the organelles by their actual names, because remember, you're disguising them as their organelles, or as the organelles are being disguised as their analogies. So nowhere in there should there be like the cell membrane is related to this, because that's what the outline was for. We don't want any of that in the book. The book, you're just kind of telling us a story, but using these things as active roles in the story. So you can kind of see how that works with mine. And then you would have the pictures of the things that they represent. So like here would be the town hall. Here's our small little shop, because I had those, the carpenters that have to build things. So you can kind of get a impression of how that looks. Now, not everything needs to be this long with it. My intro is a little bit longer just because I had to set up that it's about a town. Yours might be a little bit quicker to go right into your story. It just depends on how much extra stuff you feel like you need. But it does need to be a story, so there needs to be some kind of, consistent flow through things. My recommendation is always, if you don't know how to start up the story, pretend that either you or your character is visiting this place, because a lot of you chose things like a school or a store or a sporting event or something. The easiest way to go about creating a story is to put yourself into the story or put a character into the story and have them experience all of the different parts as they're either enjoying watching the game or as they're going to the store and visiting, or maybe it's about a person at their day at school. So you're working in all of these different aspects to it. Now, when you get to the actual story, make sure that you do include the function of the thing in there. Like, you can't just put like, oh, it's the post office, so I'm just going to mention the post office but not actually reference what it's doing. No, you need to actually reference what it's still doing. Like, in this case, with why I mentioned the post office, because this was my post office. I mentioned where these are where things are going to be packed up to be shipped out later. So that gets the kind of emphasis still put in there to it. I don't just mention the warehouses. I mentioned that the warehouses, these are where things are put until they need to be used later. So there's that aspect of the function going on with it. That's what you'll need to do. The goal for every day that we're doing this in class is to do about 4 to 5 a day. That way, if you do 4 to 5 Thursday, 4 to 5 on Monday, 4 to 5 on Tuesday, that's your whole book at that point. So we're looking to be in good shape if you're doing that. Obviously, you're not in class, but that's the goal for them in class or for daily to get 4 or 5 of them done. And then at the very end, I just wanted to mention this. You'll need to put your kind of table of contents or your credits at the end. There's different ways that you can go about doing this. You have to tell me the organelle and what it represented. You can either put them in order that they come in the story as, like whatever was front page, that should be your first thing. Whatever's second page should be your second thing. Or if you just want to put it like it is on your outline and do that, just put me what slide each one of those things appeared on, because you can see off to the side when we look at the slideshow, like, oh, that was slide 2, that was slide 3. So you can just put a little 3 or a little 2 next to it. So, but you need to have all 14 of them represented in there and tell what page, or just put them in the order in which they appear to it. So, how you assemble all this together is that there is a little assignment called Cell Book down there. You can open that up, and the template to use is very blank because you have to fill it out yourself, because it's kind of left open for you to kind of work with there. So I gave you a little title slide so you know that this is the title, and then it's page 1, 2, 3, 4. Every organelle gets its own devoted page in your story, and then the table of contents or the index or the credits or whatever you want to call it is here at the end. Now, you do not have to use all the stuff that is pre-generated on the each one of these pages. Like it says click to add a title here. Your book might not have titles. Mine didn't. So I just got rid of that stuff. That stuff is just there by default. What you do need, though, is text for your story on every page, and then the picture of the organelle that is being highlighted, which, remember, we're disguising as the part, whatever your analogy is that's related to it. So that's what you missed today. Our goal is to get 4 to 5 done today on Monday, or today on Thursday for Monday. Monday, if you happen to miss Monday, it is to get another 4 to 5 done, so you're somewhere between 8 and 10. And then on that last Tuesday, it would be another 4 to 5, which means you should be finishing on that final day. They're due up on Wednesday, so you will have, that much time to finish the actual book part, which would be 6 days if you do anything over the weekend, but, we will have time in class on Monday and in Tuesday. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I hope you're back with us tomorrow. Tomorrow's Leadership Academy. Remember, if you have no idea what to do for Leadership Academy, just see me in the morning. I'll get you in the right place. Other than that, see ya. Bye.